Hi friends, welcome to EngageTech. Here in this video, we shall discuss formal letter and its parts. Friends, a formal letter is also called an official letter or business letter. It is written for official purpose and therefore it is called official letter. It is written in a formal style and therefore it is called formal letter. It observes all the rules of writing a letter. The language used in it is formal. Now friends, let me tell you different parts of a formal letter. The parts of a formal letter are sender's address, date, receiver's address, subject, reference, salutation, beginning paragraph, main body, ending paragraph, complementary clause and signature. In this way, these are the 11 parts of a formal letter. Now let me discuss all these parts of a formal letter elaborately here. Let's discuss sender's address. Sender's address is to be written on the top of the letter by the sender. There are two methods of writing sender's address. One is address with punctuation marks and the second one is address without punctuation marks. For example, Rakesh Suresh Patil, comma, plot number 257, comma, Shasrinagar, comma, Nashik dash 424102, full stop. Here this is the address with punctuation marks. It can be written without punctuation marks in this way: Rakesh Suresh Patil, plot number 257, Shasrinagar, Nashik 424102. In this way, there are two types of address: address with punctuation marks and address without punctuation marks. Both the addresses are acceptable, but while writing a letter, you must keep one thing in mind, and that is, if you write address without punctuation marks in the beginning or in the sender's address, don't use punctuation marks at other places also. That is, don't use punctuation marks in receiver's address and in other parts of a letter. If you use punctuation marks in sender's address, use punctuation marks in receiver's address and at other places also. In this way, friends, after the sender's address comes date. Date is written immediate below the sender's address in a letter. There are three methods of writing date. The first method is British method, the second method is American method, and the third one is Indian method. In British method, date is written, then month is written, and then year is written. In British method, the number or figure of date is written. After that, short form of month is written and then year is written. For example, 23rd August 2020, 15th October 2020, 17th September 2020. Here the short forms of the month August, September, October are written and they are written in words. Their figures are not written. In American method, first month is written, then date is written, and then year is written. For example, October 22nd, 2020, November 21st, 2020, March 3rd, 2020. Here also, the month is written in the form of word and not figure. The date is written in the form of figure and then year is written. Once again, short forms of the months like Mar, Feb, Jan are written here in American method. In Indian method, all the elements, that is date, month and year, are written in the form of figure or number, and the method is used, that is date, month and year. This is the method used while writing the date. For example, 10/2/2020, 7/3/2020, 5/7/2020. In this way, date, month and year, all the elements are written in the form of number, in the form of figure, and no word is used for month in Indian method. Now you may have a question and you may ask me, sir, which method should we use? Friends, you can use any method, but if possible use British method, because we follow British English as a model in our India. If you want to use Indian method, being Indian, you can use Indian method also, and if you use American method, there is nothing wrong in it, you can use it. In this way, friend, date is written immediate below the sender's address in a letter. Now let me tell you that the next element is receiver's address. Before writing the receiver's address, the preposition to is written immediate near the margin line, and after that to, comma is given, and after that to and comma, the receiver's address is written in the letter. Receiver's address also written exactly like the sender's address, but in receiver's address the name of the person is not written. Instead of the name of that person, his designation is mentioned. For example, the manager, the principal, the chief executive officer, etc. Friends, while writing the designation of that person, the different article the is used before that in the address. For example, the manager, the chief executive officer, the principal, etc. And after that, address of the office is given in the receiver's address. In this way, friend, sender's address, date, then receiver's address. Now let me tell you the next element or part of a letter, and that is a subject. Friends, sender's address, date and receiver's address are compulsory elements, but subject is not compulsory element, it is optional element. If while writing a letter you don't write subject, that is acceptable, but subject is written after the receiver's address, and subject is to be written in one sentence only. It writes the subject of the letter, it defines the theme of the letter. In this way, the subject of the letter is to be written in one sentence only. After the subject comes reference. Like subject, reference also is an optional element, it is not compulsory element. If you don't write reference, then nothing happens, no problem occurs. It is acceptable if you don't write reference in the letter. Reference refers to the source which gives information about the subject, about the thing in the letter. If you have to mention the reference to refer to earlier letters or some advertisements or some business correspondence made in the earlier times. In this way, reference comes after the subject, it is optional element, and it refers to the source of information. After the reference comes salutation. Salutation also is to be written exactly near the margin line. There are two methods of writing salutation. One, using the word respected. Two, using the word dear. If you use the word dear, that also is acceptable in official letter or formal letter. If you use the word respected, that also is acceptable. Both the words respected and dear are used before the word sir or madam. In this way, you can say respected sir, dear sir, respected madam, dear madam. Both are acceptable. That is not the case with informal or family letter. Or in informal letter, you cannot write respected father, respected papa, respected mother. That is not acceptable. There you have to use the word dear necessarily. In this way, friend, salutation comes after the reference in the letter. After the salutation comes the beginning paragraph of the letter. In the beginning paragraph, you have to mention the subject in brief, but you have not to write subject in detail. Beginning paragraph is just in 2 or 3 sentences only. It is not a long paragraph, but it is a short paragraph mentioning the subject briefly. Then comes main body of the letter or main paragraph of the letter. Main paragraph discusses the subject in detail. It is called the main body of the letter. Here the writer discusses the paragraph. Here the writer discusses the subject in detail, and therefore it is important part of letter. Then comes the ending paragraph. In the ending paragraph, the writer mentions the subject once again, and generally he expresses his hope or expectations or sometimes apology if it is letter for apology. In this way, like beginning paragraph, ending paragraph also is brief. It is not a long paragraph. In this way, friend, ending paragraph comes after the main body or main paragraph of the letter. Generally, ending paragraph ends with the words like thanking you, with high regards, etc. Finally, friends, at the end of the letter comes complimentary clause. In the official letter or in the formal letter, you have to use the phrases like yours faithfully or yours sincerely, and then after that you have to put your signature. And in this way, generally formal letter or official letter ends with signature of the writer of the letter. Sometimes there is enclosure which comes after the signature of the writer of the letter, and enclosure refers to the attachment or the documents which are attached to the letter. In this way, friend, here in this video we discussed formal letter and its important parts. One more thing I want to tell here, and that is if you want detailed notes in the form of writing, if you want detailed written notes on this topic, please visit my website www.ingedutech.com. If you like this video, please click like icon. If you click bell icon also for getting more updates. If you think that this video is useful for it, please share it with your friends and relatives also. Thank you.